Hey guys, so I just got out of the theater for Jurassic World Rebirth, and I just wanted to give some quick thoughts, give a little review while the topic was still hot. I don't know, I didn't want to wait, like, what, months after just to review it? No, but I'm gonna give a quick review, uh, and I'm gonna, say what I liked, what I didn't like, give it a rating, and gonna rank it when it comes to all the other Jurassic movies. And yeah, so let's get straight through that. So, is Jurassic World Rebirth good? Well, I think the answer is an obvious yeah, it is. It's actually really good. It's just, it's actually like, it's hard to explain, but it is good. I just think that if you are a fan of the Jurassic World movies, you will not like this as much. If you are a fan of the Jurassic Park movies, though, you will like it more than the others in the franchise. I'm actually more of a Jurassic World action guy, but yeah, I still really liked it. It's thriller. It's more thriller-esque. There is a lot of action, but there are no like true dino battles. The D-Rex does not die in the end, which I actually thought was a really good decision because, at the end of the day, it is a sympathetic creature. It's not a monster, so I don't get why would they would have to kill it. So, at the end of the day, they it's just it feels way more like a Jurassic Park than a Jurassic World movie. And I get, that it has its problems. It definitely does. Scarlett Johansson, I don't think she really put her heart into the role, but I do think that, at the end of the day, she's still decent enough. It's not the worst thing I've ever watched. Her character is definitely, Zora is better than freaking Morbius or some shit. But at the end of the day, it's she could carry a trilogy as long as they have other interesting characters. One character I did really like was Jonathan Bailey, Henry Loomis. He's cool. I liked Henry. He felt like he's a scientist and so he was a nerd, but he wasn't a wimp or a pussy. He actually did some shit. He was, again, he was, decent enough. Duncan Kincaid was also pretty cool. I liked him. Martin Krebs was a dick, but that's kind of the point of his character. When the D-Rex killed him, it was satisfying. The one problem is though is the D-Rex, and it's not the D-Rex itself really that's the problem. It's that how underutilized it was. The D-Rex itself was actually really cool. I think that a lot of people were turned off by the idea, although I think that I actually felt very inspired by like Jurassic Park, failed experiments, how wrong they went. So, that I do think, the D-Rex is very, I think a cool concept. But how under I did not like how underutilized it was. It had a pretty cool opening scene in the beginning and had a pretty cool scene at the end of the movie, and that's it. The Spinosauruses were cool, although I think they were also underutilized. I think the Tyrannosaurus was pretty cool again, underutilized. I think just this movie is it underutilizes a lot of things. It's still really good, but I just wish we got more. Like I do think that I do wish that we got an epic battle at the end, although, you know, they didn't have to kill the D-Rex in it. They could have just had like the Spinosaurus trio or quartet now. They could have chased the D-Rex away, like just chased it or fought it and then the D-Rex would run away or something like that. So the D-Rex could keep on distorting, but at the end of the day, it didn't happen. And you know what? Jurassic Park really never ended with all these climactic battles. And so that's another reason why I think this film just feels so much more like a true Jurassic Park than a Jurassic World movie. And like I said, I prefer the Jurassic World actiony stuff. And I know people will probably lambast me for it, but at the end of the day, I still prefer that stuff over, you know, just like, I like action. I do like action. I do like horror as well, and if I could get both, great. I think Jurassic Park did, do that well. We got a decent amount of action, but we also got a decent amount of horror. But if I do have to, choose one of the over the other. I know many people are gonna hate me for this, but I'd choose action. I would choose action over horror. At the end of the day, though, we did get a decent amount of both. It's just we didn't get too many dino on dino action, more dino on human action. And now saying that, that sounds really wrong, but don't take that out of context. But at the end of the day, like it didn't really have any too many dino fights except for one, which is this is kind of, in my opinion, the worst part of the movie, the Mutadons. I did not really like them too much. They're definitely weak, like weak in the fact that that's where the movie kind of falls apart, in my opinion. That is like the movie is good except for the Mutadons. The Mutadons are the only dinosaur species that I do not like in the movie. I wish that we just got like if we could get an extended scene with the Velociraptors or an extended scene with the D-Rex or an extended scene with the Spinosaurus and get rid of all the Mutadon scenes, I would do that 100%. And the fight that I was talking about, it's like the raptors trying to sneak up on one of the people, one of the family members that were peeing. He was peeing. The raptors try to sneak up on him, but right behind the Mutadons just straight up kill them. That was just a bad scene. It wasn't bad necessarily. It just felt way too disrespectful to the Raptors, especially considering their impact on the Jurassic franchise. I do think that I would just prefer them over the Mutadons. But again, that's probably the weakest part of the movie. Uh I liked a lot of things. It felt slightly underwhelming. Like, it just felt like slightly underwhelming. It if I okay, if I were to make a list of strengths, it would be the dinosaurs, the set pieces, the cinematography and everything, and the soundtrack. They used a lot of like music from the original Jurassic Park, which isn't a bad thing. That's actually a good thing. Their weaknesses are the Mutadons, really, you know, Zora Bennett's characterization, and actually, I can't really name much after that. It's, you know, it's good. It's good. It's like if I were to rate it, I'd probably give it like a 7 out of 10, 7, 8 out of 10. It's decent. And where does it rank in terms of all the other Jurassic movies? Well, I would probably say Fallen Kingdom, Dominion, The Lost World, Jurassic Park 3, Rebirth and Jurassic World can kind of switch, and then Jurassic Park is the best. That is how I would rank it. It's up there in quality. It is way better than a bunch of the other movies. So really, like now of course, here's what does it mean for the franchise moving forward? There will be more movies. It's gonna make money. It may not make a billion like all the other Jurassic movies, but at the end of the day, it's still gonna make tons of money. It's gonna make shitloads. I just don't know if it like the next Jurassic movie is going to be a sequel to Rebirth or it will be another anthology or it will start its own trilogy. Like cuz Rebirth is a very self-contained story, it's not like it's just very it's a self-contained story. If it were to not get a trilogy, that would be fine and it would still make sense. And if it were to get a trilogy, also that'd be cool. I think though that since like I think that they're gonna introduce the DX virus and they're gonna do like a Planet of the Apes sort of thing. Except, of course we still need the humans to survive because that's how they're gonna tell the stories. Like, if they have no humans, I get like, the dinosaurs are usually the best part of the world movies, but at the end of the day, we still need humans to drive the story. We can't just have like no dialogue dinosaurs unless dinosaurs gain like the ability to speak, which would be not Jurassic at all. But at the end of the day, it's a it's a 7, 8 out of 10 movie, pretty good. Uh One of the better ones in the franchise, definitely. I actually like all of the movies, but it like, Fallen Kingdom I think is one of the weakest. I just think, that Jurassic World Rebirth could have had like more in general. Like I think a longer runtime would have been better so that we could get maybe more uh in depth with it in the lore of the Jurassic franchise because there are part like as a huge Jurassic fan who knows a lot about the lore, it is a little confusing some parts on how it'll fit into the canon, but we'll find out. Well, all right, that concludes my short, very quick, uh, little review of Rebirth. I am making a How to Train Your Dragon movie or video coming out. It's not about the live action though. I have yet to watch the live action. I'll probably watch it when it comes out on streaming. So, yeah, watch out for that. See you guys and goodbye.